Hola amigos, Paul here with Patek. Happy Friday. This Friday I happen to be in Cayo Coco, Cuba, and 3-hour flight from Toronto, 15-minute transfer from the Jardine del Rey airport will bring you to the Memories Caribe Beach Resort. It's an all-inclusive 328 rooms, so it's not too big, but just look at the scenery here behind me and you'll understand why people come here. Now, the hotel is about 25 years old, so I'm going to try and get you as much information as I can about coming to this location, this hotel, and this stretch of beach, and hopefully that'll help you make a more informed decision as to whether you want to come down here or not. But I mean, I know you're probably thinking, why should I follow this guy's advice? So over the last 30 years, I've been to Cuba a dozen times. Holguin, Cayo Coco, Havana. So I can give you a lot of good information. And if you watch this video to the end, I'll give you a couple of killer tips. If you've never been to Cuba before, I'll tell you exactly where to go, get the best bang for your buck. And I'll talk a little bit about excursions. Yeah, I'll just give you 2 or 3 little tips that might help you. So with that out of the way, let's jump in and get to the rest of the video. So if you come to the beach and you walk to the right about 15 minutes, this is what you come to. This is what you're going to be rewarded with on this particular stretch of beach. And this is our lifeguard hard at work today. Amigo, hola. Okay guys, so here's another attraction to this hotel, and that is all the water toys. So I'll just spin the camera around here for you. So what you can see is you got catamarans and paddle boats. There's one all set up and ready to go. And it's all part of the hotel. So there's lots of things to do while you're here at the Caribe Beach Hotel. Okay, so what you see now is the Cayo Coco Hotel, which is just down the beach from the Caribe. So if you're looking out at the ocean and you walk left from the Caribe, you'll come to the Cayo Coco Hotel, and there's the view. And then if I just turn it right around, like so. So those palapas down the end there, that's the Caribe. So you got one amazingly long beach here. So one thing about this beach that's really nice is the sand is all hard packed, so you can walk. And if you look close, you can see, you can walk out quite a ways. Those people are a fair ways out there. Hey guys, so I'm gonna give you a look at some of the sports facilities here. I'll just turn the camera around. So what you're looking at is, it looks like some kind of paddleboard court, maybe pickleball or racquetball, something like that. And then just over here on the left-hand side, you've got a nice tennis court and basketball court. Of course, nobody's using it. Today's forecast is overcast. It's about 28 degrees and pretty humid, but I'm actually happy it's overcast because it'd be a heck of a lot hotter if it wasn't. So this is just a shot of the grounds. One nice thing about this hotel is that unlike in the Dominican where you have, it's all stamped cobblestone walkways, these cement, the way they've done the sidewalks here is pretty much like it is in Canada, and a lot easier to walk on. Okay muchachos, this is my room just inside the door, and to the right I've got a safe and some clothes hangers. This is a very basic room, and if you look close at the safe you can see it's pretty tired. This hotel is definitely fairly old, but it looks like it's just been freshly painted. And here, let me turn the lights on here. It's got a really decent shower there, sink, and through this glass door here, you've got your basic toilet setup. And place for your luggage on the right hand side. And then this is the room itself. So there's a mirror with a little table there on the right, TV set. There's a bar, fridge. There's nothing in it. There's a couple of bottles of water there, and then looks like 2 twin beds. And I mean, it's certainly plenty of room for what I'm going to do. I got a little workstation table there, and then down the back, haven't even cleaned up my dish from my ham and cheese sandwich. And then the balcony overlooks the courtyard, and then I'll show you that in the daylight. But that's pretty much it. And then if I just swing around, the door is a dead giveaway to the age of this room. But I gotta say, it's clean, and for the $765 I paid for 7 days, it's a pretty good deal, I think. Okay, so one quick thing of note is that because of the age of this hotel, you're going to see a lot of things like this. So that's a 220 and 110 volt outlet. So this is where I'll be charging my camera batteries or whatever you have. So, and just another example, if you look close on the wall here, there's 220 only, but if you have the adapters, you can plug your, so here's behind the TV set. They've got, looks like they've made some kind of an adapter for 110 from a 220 outlet. So as long as you got someplace to charge your electrical equipment, there's a straight 110 volt outlet. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, due to the age of the building, if you go to something that's newer, you're going to have 110 all over the place and USB-C as well. So yeah, you get what you pay for. So here's a little ultra-wide action on my balcony, and I'll just give you a look here. I'm not exactly sure where this is just now, haven't figured out everything just yet, but that's the view off the balcony. And again, if you notice, it's been freshly painted, so it looks like this hotel is going through a whole whitewash. Even the lobby's under some construction at the moment. Okay, so here's a daytime shot. It's about 4 in the afternoon right now, just off of my balcony, and that's down there towards the parking lot. And I'm really glad I'm on the side away from the pool. As you can hear in the background, the pool activities are a tad noisy. So this is the famous Beans Cafe out by the pool, but seems to be closed today. I don't know if it's closed for the season or what's going on, but might be able to see in the window here. There you can see across the little canal here. There's one of the bungalows. Well, it's a 2-story, but one of the variations of the rooms we have here. Yeah. There's your swim up pool bar on the other side. Pretty early in the morning. It's only 5 after 8 right now. So, and then just over here, directly across the pool, you can see those people standing there are just waiting to go into the main buffet. And the food has been surprisingly good here. Okay, so now I'm standing in front of the Mediterranean restaurant, which I haven't tried yet. But just on the right there is the theater, which we'll check it out tonight. And then that's a Bites Cafe. That's a 24-hour cafe. You can go get whatever you want in there. Had a ham sandwich when I first got here on Wednesday night. There's a look at the pool. And that tower thing is closed on the far side of the pool. It's a shame because I don't have my drone down here. And there's the main buffet just there on the left-hand side. So this is, I'm assuming it's a saltwater lake. I'm not sure. In fact, why don't we ask these guys here? This looks like the staff hard at work. Hola, amigos.
Hola, my friend.
Is this salt water?
Yep.
Salt water? Salt agua?
Yeah. Yes.
Not fresh.
No.
Salt. Yeah. So we got our confirmation. It's a salt lake. Okay. Oh, he's fishing. Oh, I see. Okay. For these, some kind of killer fish. So this lake is a fair size. And over to the left, you go to the beach, you walk along the beach. That's what you're walking along beside over there on that side. And so they do have some rooms here that are lakeside rooms, I guess. I don't know if these are part of the Diamond Club, but very interesting. So these are just some of the rooms that are across from the lake. And so you can see, I mean, they're in good shape, but they're, you know, the hotel is definitely old. It's not brand new. So you just have to be aware of that if you're going to come here. If you're looking for clean and shiny new, you want to try someplace else. Hey guys, so I'm just off of the lake, so I've just walked sort of around the side of the lake, and now I'll just flip the camera for you. And basically, like I said, you come to this entrance to the beach. Let's walk you out there. It's kind of epic. And as you can see, there's no shortage of palapas or a place to sit, even when it's busy later on in the morning. Only about 8 o'clock, well, 8:15 right now. And this is a little snack bar just on the right hand side here. So this is a little bungalow that's basically as close to the ocean as you can get. And that airplane was a regular occurrence about every morning about 7:45 to 8:15, 8:30. They spray for mosquitoes. Although I haven't had any horrendous problems with mosquitoes since I've been here, but that's probably why, because they're spraying for them. So just keep that in mind. Bring some bug spray with you if you come down. Look at this. This is why people come here, is the beach is just absolutely beautiful. Here comes the airplane again. That plane flies low. Hopefully my balls won't drop off by the end of the vacation. Oh my God. Okay, my friends, here's some of the scooters that you can rent. I haven't seen the guy out here yet, but I'll check back later and get a price on how much you can rent a scooter for. I did it years ago when I was at Playa Pascuero, and I'm a few years older now, so I'm thinking I'm taking a taxi today. And I'm going to go down and give you guys a bonus tip, so you'll see that in a minute. You see some interesting vehicles here in Cuba, that's for sure. I have never seen one like that before. Let's see. It's a Jeepster. Very interesting. So my driver just informed me this is a 1.6 liter Lada engine. And I know from past experience, Lada is the favorite car of Cuba because it runs on gasoline, methanol, just about anything. And what's your name, my friend?
My name is Eric, but everybody said me Peñita.
Peñita.
It's the diminutive of my last name. My last name is Peña, and everybody called me Peñita.
Nice to meet you, Peñita.
Of the products from Cuba, they go directly to Havana, the supplies.
Yep.
But here is a little more complicated. You know, the part of Cuba, regular Cuba, no capital, is completely different. The people live.
Hey guys, what's going on? Just back from Cuba. I promised you guys some pro tips or bonus tips in the video, and being a man of my word, here they are. Okay. So I spent a week in Cayo Coco at the Memories Caribe Beach. And the first pro tip I'm going to give you is if you're going to Cuba to experience the real Cuba, don't go to Cayo Coco. Cayo Coco is an island. It's completely isolated from the mainland. Any tours that you take, they're going to be all day from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening. And it's basically going to knock out a whole day. So if you're only going there for 3-4 days, it's unlikely you're going to take a tour. If you want to experience the real Cuba, then the best place to go is either Veradero in the north, and the closest all-inclusive resort to Cuba is Memories Jarabacoa. And I've been there twice, and it's probably a 20-year-old hotel now, but from what I understand, it's been kept in good condition. You can still go, and the beauty of it is that because you're so close to Havana, you can take a tour. The bus will pick you up at the hotel. They'll drop you off at the old town in Havana. You can walk around till your heart's content, especially for someone like me who's a photographer. That place is a wet dream. It really is. I mean, you know, the architecture, you'll see it all, in one morning. And then the bus will pick you up. They take you across the bay. They're going to take you for an authentic Cuban lunch. And then you can go for a tour of the old fort. You'll be looking back at Havana from across the bay. And there's another tour there if you want to do the Tropicana show at nighttime. But doing a day tour like that from Jarabacoa or Veradero, I mean, that's the best way, if you're going for the first time, to experience the real flavor of Cuba, bar none. If you want to go to Cuba and, do some tours and travel around, then a good place to visit is Holguin. And Holguin is, I guess, mid to south end of Cuba. I've been to Playa Pascuero down there. It's a huge hotel, probably 1,000 rooms. And, definitely the last time I was there, that hotel was really tired. They had renovated the lobby. When I went there the first time, it had a lobby to die for. I mean, it's a really big older hotel. It's indicative of the older hotels in Cuba. Now, that whole stretch of beach where Playa Pascuero is, and you can look it up online, there's probably 5 or 6 hotels, in that area that you can go to. And Playa Pascuero has a premium service that you can take advantage of. But, you just have to keep in mind that an older hotel is an older hotel. They can renovate it, but it's still going to change. Not going to change the basic structure of the building. And, like I said, it's typical of what you're going to find in Cuba. So you got to lower your expectation level a little bit if you're traveling to Cuba. The last time that I was in Holguin, I was actually having lunch in the town of Holguin, and I think it was on a second story restaurant, and Castro's funeral procession happened to be going by that day. I didn't plan it, it just happened. But Holguin, you can get access to a lot of great tours. Another tour that I took from Jarabacoa, you can take some really good tours as well. There was from Jarabacoa, you can take a tour of the Belmar and Saturno caves, and that was really cool. Again, they'll pick you up in a bus, and they take you to, I think it's the Belmar caves first, and you walk in quite a ways. You're going to see stalactites and stalagmites, all that kind of stuff. You're going to come out, you're going to be all sweaty from walking in there. Then they take you to the ocean. You can snorkel and swim in the ocean. After that, they're going to take you back to, I'm trying to think, the Saturno caves, where it's a freshwater cave, and you go in and you swim in there. It's a little cooler, but you get all the salt off you. And then you're going to go for an authentic Cuban lunch at a local coffee farm. And that tour, I was there with my daughter. It was absolutely fantastic. So, things like that. If you want to take some excursions, then pick and choose where you want to go. You can do lots of stuff from Veradero, from Jarabacoa, from Holguin. But the tours from Cayo Coco, they're going to be a lot longer because you're a good ways. The island is isolated, I guess is the best way to describe it. Now, in Cayo Coco, there's a cave that's fairly close. I think it's 20 minutes away. I didn't go there, but they use it as a nightclub at nighttime. But you can go in there and see some really cool stuff as well. If I was doing a tour from Cayo Coco, which I did about 8 years ago when I went to the old Pullman resort, which is now been renamed. But the tour I took was they took us to an alligator farm in the morning, and then at lunchtime, they took us, I think it was, we went to the town of Marone and had an authentic Cuban lunch, which was great. And then after lunch, they took us to Laguna Redonda, which is an inland lake, and they have a high-speed boat tour through the mangroves, and that was really cool. So, and that you can do from Cayo Coco. Depending on you where you are, it might be 15 or 20 minutes longer. But like I said, the tours from Cayo Coco, they're going to be all-day affairs. They're going to pick you up at 8, and you're not going to be back until 5 o'clock at night. So you want to be staying there 7, 10 days or something like that if you're going to take those kind of tours. Okay, so before I do my conclusion, I'm going to give you another couple of bonus tips. When I stayed at the Memories Caribe Beach, or Memories Caribe Beach, however you like to pronounce it, I took 2 taxi rides. One to the Flamenco, Memories Flamenco, which was the next hotel further south. You can walk there from the Caribe Beach in an hour. And then at the very south end of Cayo Coco, I went to the Malia Costa Rey. So here's my advice. If you're the kind of person that can't handle an older hotel, then try the Flamenco, which is the next hotel down. It's quite a bit larger. I'm going to do a full review on it. Like I said, I got enough content to do a full review on that hotel. I actually took a tour with a guide under permission from the hotel, so I can definitely recommend that place to you. It's only 15 years old, and it's a substantial step up from the Caribe Beach. And then if you're the kind of person that has to have, you know, a real wow factor, polished marble superstructure, yada, yada, then you want to go to the Costa del Rey, at the very south end of Cayo Coco. Now, this place used to be called the Pullman. Then it was renamed to the Grand Morena, but now it's been taken over by Malia, and this place is phenomenal. And they have like the basic hotel, and they have the level section for your premium. But yeah, I mean, you have to see it to believe it. So like I say, I'll put some links. I mean, just watch my channel, and, you know, probably within a month, I'll have a video on that hotel and the Flamenco. So there you go. That's the hot tip before I do my conclusion here. Okay, so here's a quick note before I do my conclusion. If you're traveling to Cuba, so I was just there for a week. Here's what made my vacation for me. I enjoyed my week thoroughly. The people in Cuba are the most friendly people you're ever going to meet, okay? But you have to understand that when you leave a razor and a $1, like a loonie or a toonie on your pillow, or you tip the pool boy, or you give somebody a tip down there like the taxi driver that I did, that I worked with, that means everything to them. And you'll notice that when you go to the bars or you go to the buffet, some of the people working there, you know, they don't seem to pay a lot of attention to certain people. It's because they don't respect them. If you treat these people the way you want to be treated, and you should, you are going to have a great time in Cuba no matter where you go. But, you know, that small amount of tip money, like I think I took $10 in US $1 bills, and I had $20. I needed change one day, and I got 10 toonies back. And so, you know, I used that for tips while I was down there. And some people say they can't use the toonies or loonies. Don't kid yourself. The cleaning lady pulled the toonie out of my hand pretty quick. Like I said, they have the black market, and they, you know, they'll find a way to make use of that money. So just keep in mind that, you know, those tips is everything to those people. So treat them well. You'll have a great stay. They'll love you, and they'll welcome you back for years to come. So here's my final thoughts on the adults-only Memories Caribe Beach all-inclusive resort in Cayo Coco. First, would I go there again? Probably not, for the simple reason there are other places I'd like to visit. Would I recommend you go there? Yes, if it's not your first time to Cuba, but if you're looking for a cheap week on an absolutely gorgeous beach with ample water toys and can handle a few mosquitoes, a 25-year-old hotel, a noisy main pool area between the hours of 3 to 5 p.m., then this might be the place for you. Please note that this resort has no ocean view rooms, as the ocean is separated from the resort by a row of mangrove bushes the entire length of the beach. Personally, I found this hotel's lobby to be small and underwhelming, to be completely honest, albeit it was under renovation when I was there. But even when the rentals are completed, they won't change much. The hotel itself has a lot of things that a lot of people will like. Pretty decent food for Cuba. I was surprised. Served in the main buffet and 3 a la carte restaurants. Ultra clean, freshly painted rooms, and very attentive staff to assist you with whatever needs you might have. Good drinking water, so you don't get sick from either the water or the ice cubes. 2 sports bars for your favorite beverages. Beans Cafe for alcohol, ice cream, and coffee by the pool. Bite Snack Bar for 24-hour dining by the pool. And an entertainment theater with a very energetic team of entertainers. Keep in mind, most excursions in Cayo Coco, if not all, are an all-day affair from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. due to the island's distance from attractions. But the tour I did was the alligator farm, followed by an authentic Cuban lunch in a local town, then a high-speed boat ride through the Laguna Redonda mangroves, which was pretty cool. So I can recommend that one as being good for the price of $90 US per person. Now, if you're the kind of person that can't handle older hotels and you're going to spit your Fruit Loops if you see a few geckos, then I would suggest the Blau in Veradero, as it's quite new, but not as close to Havana as Jibacoa. And so with that, my friends, I will conclude my review of the adults-only Memories Caribe Beach Resort in Cayo Coco. I'll put some links here for you at the end of this video for other hotel reviews I've done that might be of interest, and my camera gear links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care now.